Hello everyone, welcome to Defense Podcast. My name is Happiness Bafade and here with me,
George Lucci.
So today we'll be talking about the media effects on child's development. So I'm a creative director, as many of you will know me. I'm a photographer, I'm a media advocate, I'm a children advocate and lots actually. And also please, I'm a believer.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm a believer, a media prisoner, and also a voice-over artist and video creator.
oh God, not the voice of artist. I am coming to the. I can't do it. I don't have the voice. So today we'll be talking about the media effect on child development, because a lot of times in the media, a lot of things affect the mindset of children, and the time we find ourselves at times where people are actually into media stuff, social media, and the rest is everywhere. It's not like back in the days that a lot of parents don't even have money to afford phones and the rest. But now people get money anywhere, even the children themselves. There was a day I went out for an adult shoot, and someone was like a child. He was holding his phone, and a child was like, "That's iPhone 12 Pro Max."
Wow.
Like from the back, how did you know? So you see how a lot of children are being exposed to a lot of things. So the media will surely help the child and also surely damage the memory of the child in a way, one way or the other. So today let's go into the big deal of the topic. So how does media affect child's development, or does media affect child's development? Let me just put it that way.
It does in a way, yeah. So the affection, like the effect rather, but not affection, on of the media on the child could actually be positive or negative.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So because the media has actually done a lot, it
Yeah.
has helped in educational aspects. It has helped in entertainment. It has helped in bringing information from far places to
Yeah.
us here. So the child is being exposed to the media. The child can actually learn one or two
Yeah.
from the media. The child doesn't necessarily have to start going to school first before he or she can be exposed to
Yeah.
some things in education. So, but the media, if I think we should use the word, if not properly handled, if not properly handled, can actually affect the child negatively. Yeah, so that's what I'll say.
Wow, that's awesome, because it's actually true. Media has actually helped us in the sense that we do normally, you see a child now, a child gets to know what's going on around the society, gets to know what's going on, the child gets to learn even the
Yeah.
ABCD. It's not like the normal traditional way where you write on the board. Yes, the child will write, but now everything is like tech, where the child can just easily write and the rest. So there's a lot of advantage when it comes to media and the child. The child gets to see a lot of things and the rest. But today we'll be discussing how parents do allow their child, she said when she spoke about the effects of the child if not properly handled, because a lot of parents, they get to leave their children with the phone for hours. What are you doing? Like 8 hours on the TV. When we even talk about media, we're not talking about social media alone. The media, the social media, the televisions, everything, they are under media. Media is more like a way to pass information. So now there is mass media under the media. So now when we're talking about mass media, we're talking about the radio, the TV, the phone, every single thing that will help pass information to a group of people. So right now we are talking about how does the media affect, how does TV affect, how does radio affect, how does all these things affect the children. Because let's talk about how parents actually allow their children watch TV for hours, like hours. What is your child doing? And the child will just come back from school, the next thing is TV. You just, because you are busy now, you now say it is time for me to rest, my child go out. So what can you say about that?
Okay, concerning that, I feel most parents have to be very careful in the sense that allowing your child to spend so much time on TV. Most children nowadays don't have a phone.
Yeah.
So I think it actually makes them live in a digital world,
Mm.
in a virtual world.
Yeah.
You could actually see a child. The child can be so bold, can be so smart, and the child would be 247 on the phone,
Yeah.
screen time and all that, and that child cannot really have a proper conversation with someone.
Yeah.
So there's a way your child will become so exposed to these things. They can actually spend their day watch and just keep on watching.
Yeah.
And it actually affects their relationship with you as
yeah,
a parent.
as a
You
parent,
don't even
yeah.
have a conversation with your child. Just good morning, mommy, good morning, daddy, and the next thing is cartoon.
TV,
Come on,
cartoon.
it's actually going to affect them in a way. So I feel we should actually make our children have a proper childhood, because growing up we had we had proper childhood.
With all the running around.
Yes. There's one thing I would say. This whole thing actually has a psychological effect on the child, because you see a child, you spend most of your time watching TV. There are some aspects of your brain that will not even develop. In the sense, there's the aspect of your brain that comes whenever you do something with your hands.
Yeah.
For example, you are doing a chore or you are doing something manual. It
Manual,
helps your
it
brain
helps your
in a way.
brain, yeah.
But when you're always doing this virtual thing, you're only watching and watching. I think I watched one of those TED Talk, and they're saying that when your child starts growing, your toddler, try and don't just give them stuff to watch. Give them tools to play with. Let them know how to fix something with their hands.
Yeah.
Doing so is actually helping their brain to build. It's actually building their brain in a way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it will actually help that way. So I feel we should give our children a proper childhood, because growing up we did not really have
That
come on, did you have a phone then? You see a 7-year-old now having a phone.
Yeah.
Now
that's
you are
true.
shorting this child, because, and not just the phone, they have a phone with good internet connection.
For-
They actually know where Netflix is,
Yes.
know where YouTube is. They can actually just go and search for anything. Okay, take that phone from that child now. The child will start crying. Why? Because the child has become so used to the phone.
it. Yeah.
Okay, sit down, let us talk. Talk to me as your mother. The child, it will be boring, because you've already made the child actually get used to
the phone.
having this screen
Yeah.
time. Even, I'm not saying giving them a phone is bad, but at a young age, don't let them have that access to too much.
Screen
Even
time.
if some parents will be like, I want my child to have a phone so that he or she can call me.
There's
do
no
you understand?
touch.
I thank you. You can actually, if that is your, if that is
Yeah,
the
if
problem,
that
you can
is
actually
the
get a
problem.
phone that can just make calls. Then probably when they come back from school, just give them a little screen time, let them know what's happening
Yeah.
through the TV. But it should not be too much. At least 10-20 minutes is okay.
Okay, yeah.
Do you understand? So you don't shut them out from
Yeah.
what is happening all over the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just it. I feel parents should do more. We ought to do more. We should not just let the internet train our children for us.
Yeah.
You see a child, the child can just spend. It actually affects the child's imagination.
Yeah,
A
true.
child has been watching about this cartoon. You see how fairy tales fly. The child will think that it's normal for him.
Like the way we
Yeah,
watch
understand?
Cinderella, and have like a Prince Charming will come.
the child, yes, it actually affects them. They actually live in a world of imagination.
Then let me
not real life.
That's true. Sorry to cut you short.
Yeah.
Then God, I was waiting for a Prince Charming to come and sweep me off my feet. Yeah. It may be a prince, a king who come, because then I was watching Barbie
Yeah.
and the rest. So I don't see Barbie and say, oh Barbie. I always want to have the pink and the rest.
Yeah.
But these things actually affect even a lot of children now. They tend to just see themselves like not too important, because they tend to look at the Nokia Touch now. Do you know that if you give some children Nokia Touch, they will insult you?
Yes,
Insult your life.
Come on.
Do you know why I'm saying that? Because I was once like that. Hey God.
I want to ask you, when did you get your first phone?
Okay, I got my first phone when I was, let me say, early age. I was 12.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
12. I got my first phone. It did not like, it was more like every year they must buy me a new phone.
Wow.
So because of the kind of phone I always ask for, my mom
Yeah.
would give me. I did not start with Nokia Touch.
Wow.
I started with a browsing phone.
Wow.
So my mom would give me the phone.
Okay.
Do you understand? So when the phone I get to misplace the phone, she'll buy me a new one, and the new one is always an upgraded version.
Did your
And-
mom monitor what you do with the
No,
phone?
which monitor? I do everything with my phone. So seriously, I just do everything with my
Didn't
phone.
you feel exposed? Like,
I I was actually very exposed.
Wow.
And it's because of, I don't know, maybe people were praying for me. I didn't really use the phone to watch all these things. Do you
Okay,
get?
yeah.
I was just always in the internet and the
Yeah.
rest. Do you get? And I was always playing games. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So most of the times now, then sorry, I just want to choose this story so I can start.
Okay.
So after then, I started again. They bought me another one. It was a time. Something happened. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
So my phone, I told my mom that this is the phone because that was the latest phone.
Yeah.
I said this is the phone I want to buy. My mom said she's not buying that phone. It's too expensive. I said that's the phone. If you want to buy, leave it. Don't buy any phone.
Your
Do
mom
you
actually bought
understand?
that phone for you.
She puts it to
Wow.
like. Do you understand? So when you keep giving children things,
Yeah.
do you understand? Keep giving them things, and you want to downgrade it.
Yeah.
It becomes an issue.
You know some parents will be like, oh, what I didn't have while growing up, I love
want my children to have
I
it.
understand that aspect, but I feel there should be a balance.
There should be a balance.
There should be a balance. You can provide the child with so much care, which you lack,
Yes.
so much public comfort. But there's this exposure the internet gives to a
Yeah.
child. It actually does a lot of harm in the sense that the child becomes so exposed to things. He's seen things outside, things that are
Yeah.
toxic, so many things
And
outside.
it's not like then that then it was like there were no so much things that were affected.
Yes.
You get
Now
but
everything
now
is
everything is like
Even the cartoons are infiltrated.
Yeah.
You can actually watch a cartoon and you're seeing a gay couple, like it's just one
yeah.
of those.
And I feel one best thing that parents can actually do to help is when the child is born, before the child watch the movie or before the child watch the cartoon, try your best and watch it first.
Yes, that's so true.
Watch it here because cartoons now you say it's cartoons now very very toxic to the child's brain.
Yeah.
I was watching a video on YouTube and I saw how it's the reason why a lot of children actually they make a lot of words like a lot of things. You know, a child who is always exposed to American movies. There's a way Americans talk. Say fuck you, mom.
Yeah.
Like one day the child will come back and
The
say
F
fuck
word,
you, mom.
yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Using a lot of words because of the kind of exposure.
Yeah.
So you see that when the child is now watching more of the Nigerian movie, you see the child tend to talk.
Yeah.
Like because you're actually teaching, the media trains the
child, yeah.
Actually, so the media itself is a parent.
Mhm.
You are a parent, the media is a parent.
If you leave the media, if you train the
You
child
train
for
your child for you like very very well. So
Yeah.
the media is a parent, and this time now that everybody wants to work to be the
Yeah.
CEO, like the mother and the father is then that the mother is taking out,
Yeah.
that the father will work. But now because of this balance, want to strike a balance. The mother and the father they are always outside looking for money. So when I train the child, you not say TV, nanny, and the rest. Even the nanny cannot do much as
Yes,
you can,
yes,
except
yes.
nanny that has because some nannies they are there because of the money.
Yeah.
They have
Don't really
their
have
own
that
kids.
passion, yeah.
They have their own kids. Do you understand? So a lot of times I feel there should be a balance on how to do it. When the child goes to bed, take the phone so that you can know what the child is even watching. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like there's a way you do it. Maybe you say so and so time is your screen time. You pick the phone up, say go and drop the phone in my locker. The child will drop the phone. You start that early. Know that it is when you giving the child like 20 hours of screen time. You now to not tired because you be asked for the child. So I feel there is a lot of effort.
Okay,
in
I
that
want
point.
to say there's this guy I follow on. You should know the guy, Matt Wash. Matt Wash.
Yes, I do.
That guy, he said he and his wife when they started having a child,
Yeah.
they having their children rather they actually cooperated, and they said that they are not going to expose their children to the internet. They don't have a phone. They only give them 20 minutes screen time.
Wow. What's
TV.
up?
Like they value. He wants them to value family time. For example, like a child can actually be on his or her phone for days and not necessarily have a
Having
proper
proper
conversation with the family.
conversation.
I think I watched the movie one day, and the movie, the parents they actually went on a vacation. So when they got to the place, the dad was like, "Everybody drop your phone in the box. Let us talk like family." And everybody didn't realize that they didn't really have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Because throughout their life, they're always on their phones. Hi dad, hi mom, off to wherever you're going to. Mom, I'm hungry. You just eat. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You don't really have a proper connection. Whereas they
Yeah.
are connecting with people they
People
don't even
they
know.
don't even know.
You're connecting
Yeah.
with someone from another part of the world.
Yeah.
And your own family, you don't even
You
have that
don't have
connection
that
with them.
connection.
And you see yourself getting angry with your mom over nothing.
Yeah.
Because there's no love, there's no. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the media has actually, I would say, it has caused a separation.
Yes.
Between that family bond is no longer
bonding,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's something that should be worked on. So this guy was saying that in my family, I already made the rules. No, the only TV they watch is family TV. They watch it together. Do you understand? And he was saying that I can broadly boast and tell and say that, oh, I cannot actually. It was like I cannot actually regret and say that, oh, I wish I had exposed my friends to more screen time, more internet. He said no, he cannot even regret that.
Yeah.
Because well, it's actually the other way around. When you expose your child to the internet without guiding them,
Yeah.
your child can just go watch
issue.
watch anything toxic, and your child starts acting somehow,
Yeah.
start behaving like Barbie.
With the pink house.
Yeah, start behaving. Do you understand? Acting like a cartoon. You'll be wondering, where is this one coming from? You see, if you don't train your child, the internet will help you.
We help you. That's true. That's just the like boldly. If you don't train your child, the internet will help you. There was a time when I was watching a video online, and this particular man said his own child spends 8 hours,
Wow.
not on Facebook, oh,
Yeah.
not on Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok.
Wow.
So, so they asked her, I say, why don't you spend time on Facebook? She say, Facebook are for grandmas. Like, you know that Facebook are for grandmas and the rest. So when it comes to TikTok now, and the funny thing is, media use dopamine. For those of you who don't know dopamine is a neurotransmitter. Yeah, it's more like the joy giver. I'm trying to get the exact word. So
Makes you go for more.
as it makes you go for more. The reason why you are always craving for that particular grandma's rice is because when you ate it gave you one kind it gave you a kind of joy. So with that joy, that satisfaction and the rest. So that's what they actually use with the media, social media and the rest, because they always want you to come back for more. Always want you to come back. So they are using the children's psychology. So imagine your child now watch a particular video on TikTok, like wow, this is when you continue scrolling. It's like you scroll. Then when you ask the child what did you learn, they did not learn anything. The only thing the child learned was maybe something. The child now start body shaming herself, because a lot of times when you see all these celebrities, it happened to us actually. I had this issue then where I really don't see myself as important as others. Do you get? So most of the times I always feel others are better than me. So a lot of times these things come to depressions and the rest.
Yeah.
Maybe you see a fine, slim girl and maybe your child is chubby with a big stomach and the rest.
Sorry to cut the short. I want to say
problem.
this. When I was teaching in the school, then I had a pupil, and then I don't want to call her name because they won't come across across it. So the girl, she's actually chubby, and the rest of them in the class were actually slim. So whenever I say, then it's I just got it. I'm like, well, how are you? She's like, I'm fine. She was always looking depressed. So I noticed at some point she started getting and losing weight. Oh, Venice, you're actually losing weight. What happened? And then I actually like it this way. Wow. So it means she actually loved becoming slim, because she feels people have actually
Insulted
that you are too chubby, you're too fat. I was so shocked for a little child. What do you know? What do you know? It's not as if you're not even an adult yet.
Yeah.
For you to be feeling so bad that you are chubby, it means they've actually seen that
something.
They've seen something. You go online and you see a lot of nonsense. You've seen children probably trying to.
And the funny thing, they are not doing it for the right reason, no.
Yeah.
A lot of children, the reason why they don't want to be chubby is because maybe they are waiting for a guy to like them.
Yeah.
Do you get? Like now, if I say I'm getting chubby, is because I really want to lose weight for the kind of job I want to do. Because imagine when a chubby person cannot really, do you understand, do some kind of things very fast and the rest. So they are not really losing weight, because I see the internet now, a slim girl is more finer. Do you get? Beautiful, a slim black girl and the rest.
It's the way the world has portrayed portrayed.
Yeah, and the funny thing, because of the TikTok and everything, my sister, you see a girl, a very small child, will hear something without not do a TikTok.
Yes,
video.
I also feel parents that actually expose their children even to TikTok come on to that level. And you see a child doing.
These things are affecting the children.
Yeah.
The way the children see themselves. Then the children have the funny thing of now. Don't worry about those parents. Oh God, there was one time I was watching on the internet where I saw parents were just, those influencers on the media. Your child has looked as little as 2, because you are an influencer. You bring your child, you people will dance. Anyway, you're exposing this child to a lot of things, a lot of damage.
And the child has to keep up.
The funny thing,
he or she has to keep up.
And the funny thing, your audience, they always say something that is negative. So imagine the child that have not developed emotional intelligence, and they say something very negative to the child to affect the child. So there's a lot of things that is actually happening on the internet that I feel parents should be aware of. And also I want to ask a question. This is a question that I want to say. I want to ask, what about those parents? We know that there's a lot of things happening to children's child development when it comes to the media. What about those parents that normally just allow their children not want to use the internet at all? Like there was a time I was coming back from work, and I heard a mother like, every time. Sorry for those who are not in Nigeria. Actually, I'm in Nigeria and I want to speak Pidgin to express it more better. So they say every time. Say she always watch. She always do with the phone, the media. She don't even read her book. I know they reach
My
that
question is,
down.
who started it? Who exposed the child first?
It's the parents. So
why are you complaining?
But it's the parents. I understand. But there's something that got my attention. He said every time say she no can't go school. She no can't read very well. I was like, okay. If you see a child have interest when it comes to the media and to me, just expose the child to what the interest is. Do you get? Because the reason why we are saying that there's a lot of good things in the media. We are not saying there's a lot of good things in the media.
That's what I said. If not properly guided.
So there's tech. Maybe your child loves tech. Do you understand? There are some people that love, like, look at little Sheldon now. Do you understand? He's very intelligent and the rest. But there are some people that love tech, that wants to be coding, children that want to be as
one thing about those things is that it depends on what your child is being exposed to. For example, now the good aspect of technology and media, you can actually let your child out from to start learning a skill. Do you understand? Not spend time watching irrelevant things. If you notice your child is someone that is caught into the tech world or the media world, you can start exposing the child to those aspects. It should be guided. So the lady now complained that they read. Come on, you started it.
You started.
You actually made the child to start watching, because that guy Matthew Watts was saying something. He said that how do I stop those of you complaining? How do I stop my children to stop staying on the phone? He said, take the phone away from them. Do you understand? Just take the phone away from them. That's the only way. You're trying to say, okay, let me manage it. See, like for example, you can actually take the phone away for some time. So that they would actually master. Have you noticed that point whereby you misplace your phone and you're off the internet? As if something died in you, right?
There was a time I actually
misplaced. It's as if something actually died in you, right? So it's actually like that. So when you take the phone away from them for some time, let them stay without that phone. Let them learn how to communicate with their environment. It's when your phone is down, that is when you notice the beauty of
even talking about tech, there's a lot of times that we expose our children to a lot of things in the internet, and even talking about tech, there's a lot of times we expose our children to some certain things and maybe coding and the rest, but it's also actually affect the child. You see young children now, he loves reading all the time. Do you understand? So because he loves reading all the time, the children tend to not really
in aspect of young Sheldon, in a way, it was portrayed that he was born that way, such a high IQ.
But still,
do you understand?
I think he can actually relate with
He can actually relate, but his level of IQ is different from that of the children. It's more like bringing him down. I don't know if you get. He's talking with his fellow neighbor, and the neighbor does not know things that he knows.
But
He will not be able to relate.
I feel
He can only relate to people that are quite intelligent, because if I'm intelligent, there's a conversation I would have with you. It might not necessarily flow well if you don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
So it would actually be more productive if I have friends of the same like mind.
yeah.
Imagine as a believer and you're relating with someone that is an unbeliever. What do you guys discuss about? It's somehow,
I
right?
understand, but my point is this:
Okay.
the child, you cannot touch the child.
It's
Cannot do something.
those aspects can be corrected. Do you understand? It can be corrected, but it will take time. The child is an intelligent child. He's not someone you can just say something and he just accept.
Yeah.
He needs something much more intelligent,
Intelligent
than what he
yeah.
knows. He needs a greater reason to be taught. I don't know if you understand.
I
So
get
someone like Sheldon doesn't like staying. Imagine
Yeah.
coming to eat food. So for those of you that don't watch Young Sheldon, you
Yeah.
should try it out. It's actually a nice movie. So imagine coming to eat and he doesn't like holding hands. He has to wear his hand gloves. It's quite funny. Do you understand? But some persons are actually that clean. Some people are clean freak. Yeah. Some persons they cannot even put their legs on the floor. They have to
yeah.
wear a socks.
Dog.
Some persons are like that. So I feel it will take time for them to adjust. Some persons used to be very clean before. I know some persons. But when they started staying with person, they had to adjust. Because there's a way you become so clean, you drive people away from you.
Yeah.
Imagine someone coming to visit you and maybe you are leaving, the person is changing the bed sheets. Because you sweated on the bed, you get. So when you behave that way, people will start noticing it and people will start moving away from you. So someone like yourself is something that can be worked on.
Yeah.
You just have to adapt. Since everybody cannot be where he is, he has to come down a little bit to their level.
That's it.
You
Yeah.
understand? Yeah.
Because I
So
feel
something they can work on. I know it's a movie,
Yeah.
but for those of you that are like young children, you can actually work on it.
working because I actually feel a lot of children now say they are doing tech, and the children are in the internet. I know how tech is.
Yeah.
You code and code and
Yeah.
code and code, and yes, we understand,
Yeah.
but the child is we understand. But I feel these things that screen time also affects. Even
it does.
if the child doesn't watch things that doesn't
Yes, it
affect
does,
his
it
brain,
does.
it actually affects the brain. Because when the child grow up now,
So I
the
think
child hardly relates
yes,
with
I think
people.
it all boils down to balance.
Yeah,
But the parents actually have a lot of work
To
to
work
do.
on.
See, that's why I say parenting is not something easy. It's not something you just jump in because you have money to start a family.
Because you've seen a
you
boy.
need you need the capacity.
Yeah,
to
you
train
need
the child.
capa-
One thing is bringing the child into this world. Another thing is to
You
train the
train the
child.
child.
So it's not actually something that is easy. You can get help, get books to read, and it's not all books actually are
Yeah.
correct. So you have to filter the ones that you want to pick. Do you understand?
Sorry, as you even spoke about, reading
Yeah.
is part of media.
Yeah.
And a lot of children they
Yeah.
read a lot.
Yeah.
And so are we saying that reading a lot affects the child?
No. Reading a lot is not bad. It depends on what the child is reading. So, for example, the child reads a lot. The child can stumble into something that he's not supposed to read. That's when it now starts getting bad.
Okay.
But if the child is reading about his books to make him become much more intelligent in school, reading about probably his belief, God, and all that, yeah, it's actually okay.
What of playtime?
Listen, that's what I said. There's always balance to everything. There's this aspect of your brain that will not develop
Yeah,
if you don't expose yourself to probably playing a little. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The brain of they'll say all work cannot play make Jack a dull boy. It's actually true in a way.
Yeah.
Reading. You would actually be smart
Very
in
smart,
your books,
intelligent.
but there's some in your social life you will not really be social.
There are some people are not even social.
Yeah, some people are not
Hey,
actually social. Imagine you meeting someone of your same age, you're just staring at the person. You don't know how to say hi. You don't know how to say hello, my name is this. You're just there. But when it comes to your book, you can write. You can
Very
do.
well.
You can write very well. You can.
Let me-
You're like the scholar. There's actually some scholars.
Yeah.
That some children are actually scholars in class.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to relate to people.
I swear.
They are very shy. They're just at one corner doing their
Doing
thing,
their
getting their
thing, their
A's.
A's.
Do you understand? Climbing their A's. But okay, calm down now. We want you to relate to people. It's not there.
Yeah.
So I feel parents have a lot to do. It should be balanced. When you say the child is reading too much, hello, okay, let's go out. Let's take a walk. Do you understand? Let's take a walk. Talk to nature. Do you understand? Mom, wow, I love this butterfly. Your child is. Do you you understand? It's being exposed. Let the child meet other children, but always guide them. It depends on who they're meeting.
Yeah.
Do not meet someone that's coming from a crazy home and you're just there. You understand? Always guide them. Be there. Observe. Sometimes give them time, but be observing from afar.
Yeah.
When you notice your child is getting uncomfortable, you can go close. What's happening? What's happening? Ah, mommy hit me on my head. Oh, don't do that next time. You are there. You're observing. Do you understand? Well,
There was one day I was actually going out to get something.
Yeah.
And the way that this particular, because in Nigeria you find a lot of children speaking pidgin.
Yeah.
And you were so you say this kid, you cost my papa. I mean that you cost my papa. You come carry the girl that carries to come like I'll take off that.
You know actually blame the environment actually matters.
Yeah.
See, not just the media. The media is one aspect, but the
Yes,
environment. Probably that will
environment.
be a topic for another time.
Yes.
Yeah. Environment matters. I think I'm going to make a post today. I already drafted it down.
Yeah.
I want to tell people that I never always talk this way. Do you understand? No, you read my post. I never people see me speaking this way. It came from a place of determination. I have to work on myself. Yeah. So it's environment that really affected me.
That's true. And the way you expose your child matters.
expose.
If you expose your child more to media, the child gets to develop a lot of, the child will be smart, child will know a lot of things and the rest. But there are some certain areas that will affect the child.
Sure.
The same way when you get to schools, do you understand? Schools that normally don't really speak English. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It will affect the child. Me, then, do you know why most times I stammer? It's because when I was growing up, I was speaking my language. I don't know how to speak English. I was like, because I'm from the rivers, actually. I will speak my language, speak. Even if you tell me, then when I came to Benin, because later around, let me say when I was 4, 5 at the age, that's when I came to Benin. So then if I say, please, I need more, I'll just say, I don't forget my language. I'll say, I'll just talk to my aunt. I'm like, please give me more. In my native language. Everybody, okay, elao. That's my native language.
You don't really blame yourself.
I know,
it's
but
environment.
it's environment, the way I grew up. So as I was growing up now, trying to learn, because those first to 0 years to 5 years of your child is actually very important and vital way to teach.
And I know parents will always say, I want my children to learn their native dialect. It's nice.
It's nice
to communicate from outside, hear what people are saying, but still they should still focus. Some persons are not actually privileged to have parents that are actually literate. So most times you find out that if they're not speaking their language, they're speaking pidgin.
Yeah.
You understand? So when the child now gets exposed now to people that speak very well, the child will be intimidated. So I also feel it's also probably your social background. For example, you guys already have money, and you meet someone that is coming from probably your toddlers and you're coming from 20s.
God, man.
Do you understand? So going there, if you don't really have boldness within you, you're not able to.
No, then, sorry, we had money. Do you understand, for the training? Do you understand? But the issue was the people around me. They're always speaking pidgin and this pidgin and this my language.
It also boils down to your environment, where your house
was.
You understand? Okay, I think I remember growing up then we were staying at all this, this face where I faced you and not very flat. So we grew up with that environment. Imagine someone coming out with buckets, saying I want to go bath. Do you understand? Sorry, I have to switch to So imagine that now. You are hearing all this every day.
Yeah.
So how do you now relate? Even when you go to school, you realize that even your teachers are speaking their native dialect. Your teachers are speaking their native dialect, and you are there. Then probably when they want to teach you, they will not switch. I remember one person then, he said in their school, their teacher normally teach them mathematics with their native dialect. It's not funny. I don't want to call the school in that, but for those of you that are here, you know the school already. Do you understand? They grew up like that. So it was when probably they started getting to university, started building themselves. Okay, I know I'm going to meet people, because where you're coming from is not where you're going to stay forever. You're going to meet persons. You're going to get exposed. Do you understand? So
and the thing is, the media is another environment. So your child too can learn some certain things from the media. There's physical environment, there is online, and there's virtual environment. It should be balanced.
I think I don't know, probably those of you that read arts, might have come across a book called Purple Hibiscus, the hibiscus or so.
Yeah.
So the dad actually trains the children in a very authoritative way. Like whenever they hear the car coming in, they're scared. So I think they were not really exposed to the internet, but they were quite intelligent. They had a lot of family time, but it was under fear. So all I want to say now is everything should be balanced.
Yeah.
Everything should be balanced. You can give your child a little screen time, tell them why they are watching it,
Yeah.
then make sure they value family time. Let them know how to spend time with. Talk to. Do you know that growing up, you realize that you never even had that courage to talk to your mom. Okay, this person is toasting me. This guy is trying to ask me out.
No
You don't even
relationship.
have that relationship because there's no family time.
Yeah.
You just stay glued on the TV watching Cinderella. I watched Disney a lot then. Cinderella and the rest.
Little Mermaid.
Come on, do you
everything,
understand?
Prince
And
Charming.
that thing actually affected us. It
Yeah.
actually affected us. Do you know that you can actually, when I see people watching cartoons, I say don't just watch it for the beauty. Maybe
Yeah,
they are learning
learning
English, they are
something,
speaking.
yeah.
Because I watch cartoon a lot, but I was always speaking pidgin growing up. It was that bad. So I feel everything should be balanced.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So parents, please, everything should be balanced. Try to have a little bit of screen time with them because the media too will help the child grow. Everything is adding up. Do you get? You help the child grow. You don't just leave your child because you are working 8 to 10. Then
Yeah.
later you now say I don't have time for my children. That is the reason why. Please have time for your children. That's why
Yeah.
you got married. That's the reason why you are getting married. Getting married is not for shawarma.
Yes,
So you
tell
cannot
them,
be
please.
doing you cannot be doing shawarma and work and work and work and work. Yes, the child needs finance to develop. You need the
Yeah.
child finance, like you need finances to help the child grow. But finances is not just. Imagine you build the child up in school and everything, then later now you are finding a lot of
Yeah.
nonsense in the brain of the child
Yeah.
and the soul and the consciousness because nothing was added.
Yeah.
So just try your best. Train the child, bring the child up properly because God actually gave you the child to steward. So be
Yeah.
a good stewardship. Train the child, teach the child. And the funny thing is, if the child always find you on screen, know that the child will see,
Will
will
definitely,
definitely copy that kind of behavior because
Yeah.
you're always on the screen, you're always watching, you're always watching, you're always watching.
There's something I want to say. Sorry to cut you
no
short. For
problem.
example, when you're watching movies, there are some movies you don't watch with your children.
Yeah.
Right? Not saying that close your eyes. You telling them to close their eyes consciously. They knew that okay, whatever I'm
Well,
closing
yeah,
my eyes
right,
from is not
not
good.
good.
and I must see. You see something like this? They'll just put their they'll put their fingers like this, but they are seeing something.
Yeah.
They didn't close their eyes. But for example, now you, as a parent, you display visuals.
Yeah.
Probably you are watching this music and you are seeing the vixens shaking their butts and all that, and you think the child is not learning. The child is saying something. Something is entering the child's soul. See, the soul can feed on anything. That's
Yeah.
what we parents should know. The soul can actually feed on anything.
Anything.
So we should be careful what you actually show your
Show.
children.
Yeah.
You might say, okay, it's family time, and you're watching nonsense. What are you?
And
what
there
are you
was
actually
a time I will round up with this.
Okay.
There was a time where a sister of mine was you guys know her. She've actually come to the show, Adura Adebanji. She was telling me that a mom was saying that her child was a mom was saying that they always watch TV with the children and the rest. You get. Then it got to a time where she found out that the brother and the child wants to but they say kiss me now or something like that.
Serious?
You get. Yes. So because of the things, look at Bibi Naija now. A
Yeah.
lot of parents
Oh my
watch
God.
Bibi
With their
Naija
children.
with your children. So you see all these things affect the child because
Yes.
the child will always practice what he sees.
Yeah.
He wants to you say you are watching this. Whoa, what? Okay, let me practice it and the
Yeah.
rest. So there's a lot of things. So as you are watching, know that your child, you are still teaching your child
Let them practice
indirectly.
good things.
Let them practice good things. Have screen time. Have time for them to study, time for them to read the Bible, time for them to pray. Not
Yeah.
always on the
Yeah.
screen. Your child doesn't know how to even call in Jesus. If you tell the child to pray nice in Jesus' name,
Yeah.
amen. In Jesus' name, amen. There are some children that can pray.
Yeah.
You understand? So just teach your child, please. Thank you very much, Ma, for having us. Like, okay, for coming. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you
I
for
appreciate it
having
because
me.
it's
Yeah.
actually a privilege. So those of you who are not following us, please just try your best and go to our YouTube page, The Friends, The Sound, and subscribe, and also Spotify, and also Instagram. So the links will be shared, and please try your best to follow us, because we are,
And share to
and share
parents
to,
out
yeah,
there.
share to, please. Thank you. And this is The Friends, the voice of the younger generation. I remain your host, Bafa the Happiness. Stay tuned. Bye.
Bye.